said at the time that it wasn't a difficult decision. The only place that they could go was Croatia. Took the last plane, and then we took the bus, a trip of about 40 hours. The worst part was waiting 15 hours in Belgrade for the bus.
Agassi.
And then Lubicic went to Italy so that he could continue to play tennis. Agassi holds on tough, but he holds on. Even to a piece. It's been a struggle for both of them. So.
2 games.
Lubicic, 56 wins on the tour in the ATP events, but in the Grand Slams, only 1 win in 8 events.
Kansas 15.
Lubicic went to Italy. He was the only one that could go. His parents could not join him there. He said he was there by himself. Very, very tough in the beginning. Other young players were there as well. Had to do all their own washing and cooking, etc. Far cry from the relatively pleasant life on the tour. Big guy, Patrick, and he's got a big game.
Yep. Good first serve there, and he can hurt you with the forehand as well. He's hit some monstrous backhands. The forehand breaks down a little bit more. I think you'll see Agassi continue to pound on that side, but if he has time, and it's a short ball especially, he can rip the forehand. There's that backhand again. Beautiful one-handed stroke, that one.
40 low. Long swings on both sides.
Set up here. Needs a little time. Really sets his body well. Look at that. Steps back. I got to teach that to a lot of players when they first play tennis, because they don't understand. You got to move back sometimes first to then move forward to get your weight going forward. So a very good example of that on that backhand.
No, that one misses, and Lubicic holds on easily. 3 games to 2. Players will change in. You're watching live coverage of Andre Agassi at the Tennis Masters Series, Montreal. 3-2 first set on serve. It's Lubicic and Agassi in the first round, Tennis Masters Series, Montreal. This is live coverage. Agassi to serve. He's trailing. They have traded breaks of serve here in the first set so far, and they both struggled on serve. Agassi got the first break and then threw away his own serve with a bunch of doubles.
Yeah, Agassi holds that ball so well.
15.
Lubicic there with the mishits the return. Agassi holds it. Able to go behind Lubicic.
Cancel to 15.
Set up by a mishit forehand on the return there. Sometimes when those things land in, they've got some really vicious spin on them. But he's taking advantage so far, Lubicic. That's wide. He doesn't look like he's intimidated at all.
No, and Agassi didn't move well with that volley. Take one big step there instead of a couple of little ones. Andre comes in here, but watch how he reaches for this. See, one step there. Needed 1, 2 more little steps. Get himself in the position.
Great points. Looks like his game is really uncontrollable in a certain way for Lubicic, but he gets the break and he leads now 4-2 in the first set. We have some interesting happenings in the WTA Tour. Kleister's beating Davenport in Stanford last Sunday, so she's number 5 now. Capriati up to number 2. Kornikova playing. She's back in San Diego after injuries, playing doubles with Hingis again.
Now, I'll tell you, there's a lot of great stories in the women's game in there with Hingis still at 1 despite having not won a major in a while. Capriati, the 2 Belgians, of course the Williams sisters. Hennen, of course, along with Kleister, as they are so tough and fun to watch, both of them. Lubicic really making Agassi stretch and get out of position. This one did 1-2, and Andre looked like he may have grabbed his back a little bit after this move here. Couldn't quite get under that ball. Hopefully Agassi didn't strain himself a little bit there. Looks to be okay.
15 love, 4-2 Lubicic. If you're looking at your calendar for the rest of this month, everyone, I invite you warmly to stay with us through Saturday here in the semi-finals of this tournament, and then next week, same thing from Cincinnati, Tennis Masters Series, great field, every top player, able-bodied anyway, entered in these Tennis Masters Series, and as you can tell from this championship, the boys are all here and they're firing. And then 2 women's events, the Women's Canadian and the Pilot Pen leading up to the Open.
It's a nice month of tennis leading up to into the U.S. Open. Of course, after the U.S. Open, Cliff, you're going to have to survive without me for a weekend in Davis Cup. Do you think you'll be able to make it?
Well, I'm going to do my best.
Without me in the booth, that is.
I understand, because you'll be on the court doing this Davis Cup thing. That's what you're trying to lead me to. Okay, so I took the bait. Against India in North Carolina.
That's right, your home state. And Agassi struggling at the moment. Not surprising in his first match here. Just after making that cross-country trip from LA, having won on Sunday. He was out hitting yesterday. He took the red eye after the match. Lubicic with another ace.
He's a dangerous player, Lubicic. Just how dangerous? Well, Agassi is finding out. 5-2 Lubicic. Welcome back to our live coverage here at the Tennis Masters Series Montreal, everyone. Agassi is the number 3 seed taking on Ivan Lubicic of Croatia, and it's 5-2 Lubicic leading. We're going to be staying with you here live on ESPN until finish of this match.
Out trying to urge Agassi on. They want to see the real Agassi show up. And he does in this point, opens up the court, and then the swinger off the line for the winner. Struggling with his timing, Agassi, struggling with his serve. And there's another double. He's had some great success in Canada. As Andre Agassi, Brad Gilbert concerned at the moment. In 9 tournaments here, has won 3. 95, 94, and 92.
One of those tidbits that you come up with, is worth repeating, I think, is that is that Lubicic has had some practice on these courts. I think that's really important. And Agassi, this is his first match. And it's showing in this first set. It's very spotty stuff here from Agassi, notwithstanding that he had a great match in Los Angeles, beating Sampras in straight sets in the final there.
It's 14 unforced errors for Agassi now. Sometimes as many as he makes in a week. Only 7 for Lubicic. Another double fault. 6 double faults for Agassi. Set point now for the Croatian.
So the game and first set in a big surprise goes to Ivan Lubicic against Andre Agassi. We'll be back with our continuing live coverage to Montreal after this break. Welcome back to our live coverage here from Canada, everyone, of this Tennis Masters Series Montreal. Andre Agassi, the number 3 seed, and Ivan Lubicic in a surprise now 6-2. Lubicic winning the first set behind 2 breaks. Cliff Drysdale here, Patrick McEnroe alongside. We're going to stay with this match until its conclusion. If you tuned in for the ASA Series, you will see that when our live coverage of tennis is over this afternoon here on ESPN. Big surprise, Patrick, and again, I think that the most important factor is the one that you brought up before this match started, and that is that Lubicic has had a lot of play on these courts, and that Agassi is, you know, just come from LA, and this is his first time in a court that's playing very differently because it's a lot quicker for one.
Yeah, much different conditions, and in fact, I saw Andre this morning, and one of the things he said to me, and I told him, well done last week in LA, and he said, yeah, he said, you know, I really had to work hard and play great tennis to win that tournament. He says, usually I want to save that type of tennis for the big events. So he was sort of saying he almost had to push himself harder than he had wanted to last week in LA, and beating Ruzetsky in a great match in the quarters, then Kirtan, then Sampras.
Alberto Martin of Spain early today over Michael Chang. That was the first match shown.
Okay, it's love 50.
Be surprised if Agassi gets off to a quick start here, though. At least he has a set under his belt now to get used to the conditions. Haas over Calatrava, 4-3. Arthur's an Australian going out to Gaudio from Argentina in 2 tie breaks. It's number 5 for Lubicic. Novak losing to Ferrero. Juan Carlos winning. Roddick, we saw that match easily over Lee, 3-2. He'll take on Moya next. Gamble, 1-4, a good win for Jan Michael over Shang Schalken.
15 all here. Lubicic had some good results. He beat Safin last year in Sydney, beat Todd Martin down in Sydney, and Karol Kuchera as well. Beat Kafelnikov in Marseille. Is that indoors or out?
That's indoors. Yeah.
On a hard court.
Well, that's a tough place to beat Kafelnikov because he loves playing indoors. Another beautifully constructed point from Lubicic.
He also beat his countryman Ivan Izovic last year in Copenhagen on a hard court indoors.
Look at that good heavy ball there with some good topspin. Then he gets a relatively short one. Really pushing Agassi around in that point. 9-6 in the winner department. The unforced errors are killing Agassi, though, 7-17.
So Lubicic holds on, and he's won the first set. He's got a 1-game to love lead in the second.
First game, second.
Well, the crowd now, when they get behind Agassi, they don't want to see him go out this quickly. He's not found his time and his range yet at all here in Montreal.
And this crowd are trying to get behind him, aren't they? I mean, They don't want to lose Agassi in day 1 or day 2, his first match.
Or day 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah, Agassi really didn't go for that approach there. He was too safe with that forehand. This is the way Agassi, he's got a short one here, but he just sort of guides it, doesn't hit it that hard, or away from Lubicic, who handles the backhand beautifully.
Andre Pavel over Xavier Melis.
Well, he's had a good week last week in LA. The semis. Good pickup from Agassi, tough volley. Got it back deep. Behind Lubicic, who couldn't quite get into position. This one was a good low slice backhand. Lubicic just pulling up off that ball. Agassi smartly covering the line, making the opponent hit the tougher pass there. That clean winner. Be slap happy on that forehand on Lubicic. Slap some winners past him before you even blink. Still game point for Agassi. Wow. Don't see that too often. Ball with nothing on it. Slice just down the middle of the court. Agassi just pounded it right into the middle of the net. Where he's got to take a step back, get under the ball a little bit more, work the point a little bit more. Agassi, get into a rhythm. Plays his best when he has hit the ball 4 or 5 times off the ground. Big points here now for Agassi. Gets down to break here. Lubicic can serve it out. Mustard on that serve from Agassi. Picked up the pace on that one. Another game point.
Holds on, not easily, but he does, and it's 1 game apiece in the second set. When you watch Lubicic play, you have to get the feeling that it must have been not that easy for him as a kid to control that game. He's a big guy, strong obviously, got long swings, and you feel that it could sort of go awry, but for the moment it hasn't here against Agassi, who himself has made too many unforced errors. Got 12 winners to 8 unforced errors, Lubicic. There's another unforced error from Agassi. That ranks 20 for him against 7 winners. So it's been a very scratchy match from Agassi so far.
Hands spot 15. Kansas 15-30.
Three double faults for the match now for Lubicic. This gives a little opening here for Agassi. Agassi had 7 double faults in that first set. When last he did that.
And 3 in that opening game, but after he'd broken in the first game. Lubicic giving away a couple of points. What you would call scratchy, huh, Cliff?
Uh-huh. Well, that's been kind. Break points for Agassi.
In. Looking for a cause, doesn't get it.
Oh.
13-14.
It's not easy to...
Cambiare giudizio here.
Who's that in the chair, Patrick?
Romano Glotti. Look at this. It looked like it was a little bit long.
It's still break point.
Oh, very tentative on that approach.
There's the break for Agassi, draws first blood, but same thing happened in the first set, and Lubicic came right back. Will he do it again? 2-1. This is the Tennis Masters Series, Montreal, Cliff Drysdale here, Patrick McEnroe alongside. Live coverage of Andre Agassi, the number 3 seed, and Ivan Lubicic. He's from Croatia. First set to the Croatian behind 2 breaks. Second set, Agassi now with 1 break, leading 2-1. He'll serve in just a second. For those of you who tuned in to see the ASA Series here on ESPN at this time, you'll see it, but when this match is over, this is Agassi to serve, 2-1.
Lubicic again with that slap-happy forehand. Very explosive.
Cancel to 15.
Agassi can tighten up his service games here. 15-all. Again, Agassi mistiming the volley badly.
Kansas